He was an 18-year-old kid, the youngest of 5 sons born to an ordinary South Carolina family. But he was born at the wrong time. It was a nation at war. He fought at the Battle of Antietam. He was there at the Battle of Bull Run. He saw many of his friends fall to the dogs of war. But he fought for the wrong side in the South Carolina Volunteers, and he would have lived, and he would have died unforgotten, unremarkable, were it not for one interesting episode in his unforgettable life. Sergeant Richard Kirkland was called to Virginia, where the Confederate Army looked across a field. Behind 2 stone walls, the armies had gathered themselves, and for 2 days in Virginia in December of 1862, they fought one another. Historians say that almost 8,000 Union soldiers were wounded during that battle. Hundreds on both sides lay on the battleground between the 2 stone walls. In the December weather, they cried out, "Water, water, for God's sake, give us some water." But no one ventured onto the battlefield. Sergeant Kirkland finally could take no more. He went to his commanding officer and asked for a white flag of truce so that he could take water to the dying soldiers, but he was refused. "I'll just have to take my chances," he said. He collected canteens, filled them with water, and stepped over the wall. His Confederate brothers watched with bated breath, but no one on the Union side fired their weapons, and none on the Confederate side had to return fire. For hours he went to soldier to soldier to soldier, giving them water, blankets, warm clothing. They called him the Angel of St. Mary's Heights, but he was no angel. He was just an ordinary man. These days, it feels like in America we are between and behind 2 ideological walls. There was a time when someone said, "I'm a Democrat," or their friend said, "I'm a Republican." They would just say and shrug their shoulders, "Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree, won't we?" But today, we are mortal enemies, ideologically opposed to one another. 50 years ago, Dr. King said we would be judged by the content of our character. But these days, just to utter 3 words, "Black Lives Matter," brings condemnation, anger. What happened to the middle class in America? It seems that you're either rich or you're poor. The dream of owning your own home and raising your family, it seems to be evaporating. And do I need to even bring up the battles over sexuality, about who can use which bathroom or who can be in a relationship with whom? These ideological walls we have put ourselves behind. And like Sergeant Kirkland, we need to step over them into the battlefield where most people are living their lives, trying to make ends meet, trying to raise their families, trying to live their lives as best they can. It seems that we have become concrete thinkers. We're either black or white. We're either Republican or Democrat. We're either right or wrong. But Sergeant Kirkland reminds us that those are barriers that are artificially created, that we can step over them to serve people who are in need. What if God is the God of all people, that He isn't owned by the America franchise, that God is God for Muslims and Buddhists and atheists? That God can be our God if we are willing to take a chance like Kirkland, to fill our canteens with water and step over our ideological walls and reach out to a world that is hungry and hurting and in need to see some real love, real truth, real character from each one of us. Water, water. For God's sake, give us some water. We can be the ones to do that.